Good morning, everybody. Because by my time here it is 1:14 a.m. I'll be running through these course, and I believe every one of us would understand it by God's grace. I believe you have read this handout I sent to the group. I was talking about the introduction to graphics design. I guess it must have made a lot of difference by now. But I actually spoke in bits what you should be expecting from this course and up to the extent of the tool we'll be using. But don't let me bore you with that. Let me go to the hot topic of the day, which is Corel Draw. In case you don't have Corel Draw on your desktop like I have here, like this, you don't have Corel Draw on it, then you can just go to where the start menu. From the start menu you click on all programs, then from all programs you see the folder Corel Draw Suite. Mine is X7, that's version 17. Yours might be a little bit lower or higher, but the point is they all have the same mode of operation. So you click on what? Corel Draw, because Corel is a company on its own. They have series of applications for different things entirely. But right now we'll be dealing on what? We'll be dealing with Corel Draw. So you click open, then wait for it to open. The mine is opened. The first thing I want you to know about this app, according to the note, is you have your standard bar here. I skipped it in the note. You have your what? Your standard bar here. Now on the standard bar you see things like new, things like open, save, print, cut, paste. You see cut, copy, paste. You see undo, redo. All these common terms are related to our Microsoft Word. Because when you talk about new, you find new in your Microsoft Word. You know what it's used for? To open a new document. That's you want to start a new job afresh. Then the other one, open, that's to open an existing job. A job you've been doing, well, maybe because of one reason or the other you could not finish it, but you want to start from where you stopped. So that's what that one works for. Then the next one, which is save. When you're working, you have to always save your documents. You have to always keep them saved, so that it will not, your system will not just go off anytime and you lose your document. But when you save it, will be there on your hard disk. Then your print, Control P, that's to send it to the printer to print it out at once. Then this is cut. Cut is another name for moving from one place to the other. Then copy is trying to copy a particular file from one place. You copy it, it still remains there, then you take it, you paste it on that, so you have multiple of it. Then you have your paste. What you have copied or cut, the action to paste them is called paste. Then undo, maybe you actually could not get what you were doing again, you are lost already, so you want to retrace your step, you can actually undo what you have done. But in case you made a mistake and you still like it, you still want to go back to where you left before, where you undo before, then you can still redo it. Then the next one is import. In case you have an image file you want to add to your banner, your logo, or your anything, you can actually use this command, import, Control I, to import it. You bring them in. Then the next one is what? Your export. Now you want to save your document, what you have been working on, you want to save it, you actually export it, and you send it from the canvas. This is where the canvas area, that's when I open it, you see that this is the canvas area. Then you send it to where it can be clicked at once and seen by everybody. Then you want to convert to a PDF format. This is where you press Then this is the zoom, your work area, how big you want it. Do you want to cover the whole screen or to just fit in? So this is where you adjust everything, then and so on and so forth. Don't let me waste your time with all these long talks. Let's get down to the real business. Now the real business is making a logo. Let's just make a logo for our honorable group. Do you understand? So after I've done mine, I want you all to practice too with a logo. Just come up with an idea for the group, so that from there we will know that, oh, we can correct ourselves and we can still, appreciate ourselves, stuff like that. So let me say, the first thing you do, yours might not be like my own that is bringing up the welcome screen. Me, I like this welcome screen very well because it makes me honorable. You understand? But there are some that does not bring welcome screen. All you see is it just take you directly to what you want to edit or what you want to work on, your workplace. But me, my own style likes bringing this welcome screen for me, and I used to like it. So first thing you do is either you click on this new document or you go to this new that I've talked about. So me, I like using this new document, so I click on new document. Now it's wrote untitled. Now it's good to always give your your project a name. So because it's online web design class, so I name it online. Then for logos I used to use A4. That's the size of the paper I used to use. Then for banners, big banners, I used to use A3. I use A3 because when I get to the printer there won't be problems with A3. And the next one is the width. It is set already, so so this is either portrait or landscape. Now you know what that means if you are a fan of photo, so you know what landscape or portrait means. Then the next one is how many pages do you want. I used to use 1 page, I don't know, except you want to design what do they call it, program for, if you want to design programs for an event, then you can create multiple pages. Then this primary color mode, this place, if you are, how will I put it, if you want to just use it online, it's good you leave it at RGB. But if you want to use it, if you want to print them out, it's good you leave it at CMYK. So that's how that one works. But don't forget, I have done the logo before, so I'll just show you how I did it. I thought I was recording a video the last time, not knowing that I was just deceiving myself. So that's why it was after I've done everything that I saw that I was just deceiving myself. So let me just cancel this. But for you, just press OK. But for me, I will cancel it because I've done something. So I'll just go to my recent, documents that I've done. Or I come here, click open and select. But that won't be this thing. You can actually test it on here. So let me open this online. I've done that before. See the logo we are going to create now. I'm going to recreate this. I've done it like twice. See the second one, you can see now. So it's getting better. I believe this third one will be the best. So let's go. But before we start the logo proper, I would like to show you some few things that you would need to know. Number one, let me show you this icon. This icon is called new page. That's if you want to open a new page. Now I cannot work on this again. I need to start a new one. So this is new page. So it has opened. You can see it's blank. You still have my page 1, page 2. Now this page 3. Now the next thing I want to show you is the toolbar. From here to here to this end, that's your toolbar. Now the first icon on the toolbar is called the pick tool. The pick tool is used in selecting, positioning, and transforming objects. So let's say this is an object. Let me bring up this rectangle tool. Let me just borrow it for a while. Now this is a rectangle. Now let me use the pick tool. Let me show you the works of pick tool. Now I can use it to move. You see, I'm moving it. Now they said positioning, that's moving. Now they said transforming. Now I want to increase the the size. I want to reduce the size. That's work of pick 2. I want to rotate it, transform it, you understand? That's what pick 2 works for. Now let me undo so that I can remain myself. That's the work of pick 2. Now the next icon is what? Shaped tool. Now still on this rectangle, you can see as it is now, it is still an object, it's not a curve. Now a pick tool is used to edit curves or manipulate nodes of text. Do you understand? They use this particular tool to manipulate nodes. You can use it to create nodes, you can use it to do what? Delete nodes, you can use it to make a curve. Anything you want to use it for, you can use it for. That's what it works for. Now we just have 4 nodes. These are nodes 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 4 black nodes, of which the only thing the P2 can do on this particular object is just to bend the edges, and this particular thing can do it. This corner radius can do it. You can use to bend the edges. So let me now tell you the real work of what a pick tool undo. Now to get the real work of a pick tool, what you do is what? You have to press Ctrl and Q. You can see that it has turned it to multiple something. Can you see? It is now blue instead of the yellow and black. It is now red and blue and black. You understand? So what you first do is select the place you want to curve. Just click once. Then you now come to this place. You select convert to what? To curve. So from here you can drag it down. Then the rest one you can do it to like that. Can you see? You can push this place outside. Can you see? So you can use this to do whatever you want. Still select this place, drag it out. So that's how this place works. But that's not where we are going to. I can use my pick to delete once. So the next one is what? Your crop tool. You want to crop a path. People that uses photo WhatsApp, if you screenshot a WhatsApp status, what you do, you crop. That's remove the other part you don't want people to see, then stuff like that. Then the next one is zoom. Zoom is to expand, magnify. You can see I've zoomed this. So that's how to zoom. Then the next one is freehand tool. That freehand tool you can use to draw lines. You can use to draw somebody, a whole person. That's if you know how to use it, you can use it to make drawings. So this is how I go about my own freehand tool. I put it on a particular position, click. When I click, I drag it to wherever I want it to end. I don't click and hold, I'll just click, then drag it to wherever I want it to end, then click again. Then I go to my shape tool, select a part I want to curve. Let's say this part I want to curve it. Then I'll select convert to curve. Then I do my justice to it. This is what I do. Then I can laugh now. I'm getting to somewhere. So that's how it works. So many other things that you can use these particular tools to do. You can use it to trace. You can use this freehand tool to trace out an image from a photo. You understand what I'm trying to say? So you can this is an artistic media tool. So you can select your style here, your brush. So when you drag, it will give you. Most people use this thing as border. You can use it as a border. You understand? Anyhow you want. You can use it as anything. So that's how that one works. And that's where we are going. What I want us to do today is a logo for the group. But I need to let you know all this. Now we've gotten to where we are going to, which is the rectangle tool. Now this rectangle tool can be used to draw a rectangle or a square. You know, square has equal length and equal breadth, equal length and breadth. There's no length and it's the same thing throughout. So to make this happen, what you just do is, you know, you press and hold Control, then you left click. When you left click, you drag. Can you see that it's making an equal sides? So you leave the click first, then you leave your Control. Then the next thing you do is, you know, my corner curve or my corner radius, you try to increase it. You make it look like what? A bend, as in a curve throughout the edges. So let's increase this. You can increase to like 4 or 5. Now this is what I'm talking about. No, let's increase it more. Now this is it. Now the next thing is you select your what? Your pick tool. Once you are in your pick tool, then you now give this, you rotate it a bit, let's say 45 degrees. So once you select 45 degrees, you click enter, you can see it has given you this. Now we can go to the next tool, which is the ellipse tool. You can use ellipse tool to draw a circle or ellipse. This is how to do. You select your ellipse tool, then you press your Control, because we want something that is round, very very round, not something that is oval or oblong. No, we don't want it. We want something that is what? Very very round. So I click my Control because I want equal sides, then I drag it over. Then this is how to do it. After that, you make sure it's centered. It stands at the center. If it's too close to the what? To the sides, you can reduce it. You can reduce equally by pressing on Shift, press and hold Shift, then you click, you left click, then you drag your mouse inward, so that the thing will reduce. Now it has reduced. Now what you do secondly is what? You duplicate the circle. Click on what? Your pick tool. Then after clicking on your pick tool, you press Ctrl D. Now it has duplicated. What you do is what? Move one of the circles away. Now you've kept it somewhere. Now you select the two objects. Now this is how to select. You go to a fresh place like this. Now you know that when you drag diagonally, it will cover the two objects. Now you click, you hold and click, you left click, you hold and left click, you understand? Then you drag it over the object. Now the two objects have been, you know, selected. What you will do, you now see a new toolbar up here. You can see, you see combine, to combine two of them together into one object, or you weld, combine them and make them have the same color, or you trim, cut a path. I should have, okay, let me do it so that you can, let me show the experiment so that you can see it. You see, this one, what we want has disappeared, but what I really want is I want a circle in the middle of this. Undo. Let me color it so that you can see it's not plain. Let me give it a color. You can see that I want this blue part to have a hole. I want a circle. The length of this circle to be bored into this rectangle. Now this is how to do it. Let me select it again. So I'll be showing you what those tools work for one after the other. Now this is trim. Now this is what I really want. This is what I really wanted. Now I have it. It has entered. But let me still do what? Let me continue so I can know what everything works for. Now the next one, we've actually used trimmed. Now the next one is what? Insert. Now this one, see what it's working for. It didn't really do what we wanted to do. You see, it did not really do what we wanted to do. So this is not what we want. Now let's go to what? This is insert. Simplify. Let's see what simplify does. Now simplify has done another job. This is another thing. It's like, this is what we want again. You see, this is what we want. But let me go again. Now this is front minus back. That means what is in the front minus back from it. But as you can see, as mathematicians and scientists, you can see that the smaller one is in front, so it won't work. You cannot subtract what is small. You cannot subtract what is big from what is small. It's not possible. So the next one is back. You know the back is big minus the front. This one too will do what we actually want. This is what I like using, because other ones, they might work for this particular method but not work for other. So let's see. You see now, that's actually giving a hole here. Now the next thing is, let us give it another shape. Cut away this part so that this guy can enter. Cut away this part so that this guy can enter. So let's check. How do we do that? Let me use my freehand tool. Then I click on, like I said we should use always, click the above, then drag to where you want it to end. Now I've dragged it where I want it to end. Let me maintain the middle. Now let me use my shape tool, give it a node here, a node, this one again, another node. Then here I convert it to my curve, you see, then I drag to the, now I guess I've gotten what I wanted. It's not, let me put it a bit in the circle. Let me put it a bit in. I can use my, since I'm still selecting that, I can use my arrow keys to shift it a bit. Now I need to complete what I was drawing. Now let me put it on this node, click, go, click, go here. So it has formed a shape now. So what I will now do is subtract this back from what is in the front. You know, this one is at the back, this one is at the back, and this shape is in front. So let me select both of them, then subtract what is in front from what is at the back. So let me do it. Now it has given me my curve. This is what I want. This is the shape I want. If you remember, check. Did you see? So I've gotten that. Now let me bring back this my circle into this shape. Now I've dropped it, but it's covering the whole thing, so I can reduce it. Let me press my, don't forget, press your shift to reduce at all sides, then press your what, your key, and reduce. You can see, I guess this is fine like this. Now it remains something, the thickness of the line, the circle line. You can increase it by coming here. You can see where you see pen, so this, it is in 2 pixels. I can increase it to 16. Now it is making sense. Now I want to give it a color. I want to give it color of this blue. Now what I'll just do is strictly come to this color. These are my color palettes, so I can choose any color from here. But because I've used, these are the colors I've used so far, and the color I want is here, I can come here. So this one is like a record. This part is like a record of the colors you have used. So what I will just do is I will right click. You know, there is a difference between right clicking and left clicking. So I will just right click on what, on the color I want to use, which is my deep navy blue. Let me right click, it will change. Can you see it has changed to my navy blue? Now this guy, there is a black outline. There is a black outline, you see very well. So I want to remove that black outline and give it no color. So to do that, you come to this place. This place means, this place I'm pointing to means no color. So you do what, you right click again. Can you see there's no color again? So let me select the both objects and reduce it. Let me reduce it. I'm still holding my shift and my left click, then I'm dragging it inward to make it small. Now I've done my first drawing. Now the name of the group is online. So let me go to my next tool, which is text tool. So I write caps lock on, online web design, design. I press enter, and let me use the symbol and press enter again. Graphics, let them put that graphics so that I have a lengthy name. Graphics design class. So now this is it. So people that know things about Microsoft Word, you know about aligning of text. So you come here, you take to the center, but this is not looking LD at all. It's not making sense. So let's now look for where font has its own role to play. You need to get a very good font on your system. Very good fonts, let me put it that way, on your system. Now I need to break this apart. To break these lines apart, this is line 1, line 2, line 3. So to break these lines apart, this is what I will just, I press Ctrl K on my keyboard. After I've selected it like this, then I press Ctrl K. Now you can see it has broken apart. So now I can move this hand. I move it here into this map. Let me zoom it a bit so that we can see. Now I've moved it into it, and this guy is here. And it remains this guy. Let me increase it a bit. Let me give it boldness, and let me give this guy to boldness. Now let me select a font. Let me use this my Zero Pro. Let me use dark and normal. So this is black and bold, you can see, and the other one, graphics design. Let me just use a normal Zero, no bold, just medium. Or this is too thick, just use normal. Okay. So that is my own, this is my own design. You all can come up with anything you feel you can come up with, but I'm just saying this is a simple graphics design. Now let me give my text colors. Let me give this blue. Yeah. So you can see same thing, all true. So now let me save it on my desktop. So this is how to save. I told you export, Ctrl E. Now I like selecting PNG because PNG will give you no background. So far I didn't put any background, it will not give you any background. Then I selected what I wanted to save. I just selected it. So you click select only, and the rest do not show filter. Then this is PNG. We have JPG, we have PDF, we have AI, we have any other crazy ones there. But the one I use, because I want to transform it to a 3D, is PNG with no background. So what I'll just do is export to my desktop. Because I've done one before, I will replace it. Now let me go to where I saved it. Now this is it. You can see that is my own. I'll send it with this video, but I want you all to come up with questions on this Corel Draw so that we can move ahead. The other part, the part 2 of it, is very simple. That's turning the logo into this. It's very simple. It's the simplest of all. Into this. It's the simplest of all. Into this. So you need to understand the rudiment first. and that's what I've just done. The hardest part is making the logo. So every other one is very simple, very simple, and I mean it when I said very simple. So let me end the video here. Thanks for watching.